manufacturer.
The National Immunization Program, which was then known as the Expanded Program for Immunization, was launched by the Philippine government on July 12, 1976 with the assistance of the World Health Organization and UNICEF to ensure that infants, children, and mothers have access to routinely recommended infant and childhood vaccines. The Expanded Program on Immunization, or the EPI, is a public health initiative implemented by the Department of Health and other health organizations worldwide. Its primary goal is to protect individuals, particularly children, against vaccine-preventable diseases through the provision of essential vaccines. The EPI aims to ensure high vaccine coverage rates across the population, especially among infants and young children. Vaccines provided through the EPI target diseases such as measles, polio, tuberculosis, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, and hepatitis B. The DOH promotes public awareness and education about the importance of immunizations through various channels, including community outreach, activities, educational campaigns, and partnerships with schools and religious institutions and community organizations to reach underserved or high-risk populations and control outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases. In 2016, the Expanded Program on Immunization became National Immunization Program, which provides safe and effective vaccines against vaccine-preventable diseases. It includes immunization of the population such as newborns, infants, older children, pregnant, and senior citizen immunization. So one of the significant milestones of the API is that the budget allocation for the immunization program has continued to increase year by year. This program primarily aims to reduce the morbidity and mortality among children against most vaccine-preventable diseases, or the PVDs, which includes TB, diphtheria, pertussis, and poliomyelitis, tetanus, and measles. So it has a specific goal to immunize all infants, children against the most common vaccine-preventable diseases, to sustain polio-free status of the Philippines, to eliminate measles infections, to eliminate maternal and neonatal tetanus, to control diphtheria, pertussis, hepatitis B, and German measles, and lastly to prevent extrapulmonary tuberculosis among children. Overall, the Expanded Program on Immunization by the DOH plays a crucial role in safeguarding public health by reducing the burden of vaccine-preventable diseases and promoting the well-being of individuals and communities through immunizations.
Tandaan na ang Department of Health din ay naglalayong mabakunahan ang 75% o 95% ng mga batang Pilipino laban sa sakit na maaaring iwasan ng bakuna tulad ng polio, tuberculosis at tigdas. We also have the program strategy, and that includes the conduct of routine immunization for infants, children, and women through Reaching Every Purok strategy. The Reaching Every Purok strategy is an innovation for reaching every barangay. So, paalala lang po na sa ilalim ng EPI program ng ating pamahalaan, libre po ang mga sumusunod na bakuna sa malapit na health center sa ating syudad. We also have what we call the supplemental immunization activities. So, for those who have not yet vaccinated, don't worry because these activities are for you because the following activities are being conducted to reach out children who have not yet fully vaccinated or who have not developed enough immunity after the previous vaccination. This program also mandates the Republic Act No. 10152, also known as the Mandatory Infants and Children Health Immunization Act of 2011, which is signed by the late former President Benigno Aquino III noong July 26, 2010. So, dito sa law na to kasali yung mga basic immunization under 5. Every Wednesday is designated as the immunization day and is adopted in all parts of the country. So the immunization is done monthly in every barangay health station and quarterly in the remote areas in the country.
Now, let's discuss the routine immunization schedule for infants.
The first vaccine is BCG or the Bacillus calmette-guerin. So the minimum age at first dose is at birth or any time after birth. So the number of doses is 1 dose and with 0.05 ml. So they are being administered intradermally at the right deltoid region of the arm. So BCG is given at earliest possible age to protect the possibility of tuberculosis meningitis and other tuberculosis infection in which infants are prone. Then the next vaccine is diphtheria pertussis tetanus vaccine. So minimum age at first dose is 6 weeks old and they have 3 doses with 0.5 ml and the minimum interval between doses is 6 weeks for DPT1, 10 weeks for DPT2, and then 14 weeks for DPT3. And they are being administered intramuscularly at upper outer portion of the thigh, vastus lateralis. An early start with DPT reduces the chance of severe pertussis. So next vaccine is oral polio vaccine. So but the minimum age at first dose is 6 weeks old and they have 3 doses and the dose is 2 to 3 drops and then the minimum interval between doses is 4 weeks and then they are being administered orally. So the extent of protection against polio is increased the earlier the OPV is given. Then the next vaccine is the hepatitis B vaccine. So the minimum age at first dose is at birth. Number of doses is 3 doses with 0.5 ml. Then the minimum interval between doses is 4 weeks interval. And then they are being administered intramuscularly at the upper outer portion of the thigh, vastus lateralis. So an early start of hepatitis B vaccine reduces the chance of being infected and becoming a carrier, prevents the liver and cirrhosis and liver cancer, which are more likely to develop if infected with hepatitis B early in life. About 9,000 died of complication of hepatitis B. 10% of Filipino have hepatitis B infection. So next is measles vaccine. So the minimum age at first dose is 9 months old and then they have 1 dose with 0.5 ml and then it is being administered through subcutaneously at the upper outer portion of the arm, right deltoid. So at least 85% of measles can be prevented by immunization at this age.
Because measles kills, every infant needs to be vaccinated against measles at the age of 9 months or as soon as possible after 9 months as part of the routine infant vaccination schedule. It is safe to vaccinate a sick child who is suffering from a minor illness or who has already been vaccinated against measles. If the vaccination schedule is interrupted, it is not necessary to restart. Instead, the schedule should be resumed using minimal intervals, using doses to catch up as quickly as possible. Vaccine combinations, antibiotics, low-dose steroids, minor infections with low fever, diarrhea, malnutrition, kidney or liver disease, heart or lung disease, well-controlled epilepsy or advanced age are not contraindication to vaccination. Contrary to what the majority of doctors may think, vaccines against hepatitis B and tetanus can be applied in any period of the pregnancy.
So, there are few situations where vaccine should definitely not be given. And 2 of these situations are usually permanent. One is the anaphylactic. So, it is a severe allergic reaction to a part of the vaccine or to a previous dose of the same vaccine. The other is the encephalopathy. It is a serious brain damage that happens within a week of getting a pertussis vaccine and no other cause can be found. So when preparing a freeze-dried vaccine, only the special liquid diluent provided by the vaccine maker should be used. A new sterile needle and syringe must be used every time you mix this liquid with the vaccine powder. To completely avoid the risk of getting infections like hepatitis B and C and HIV through injections, a new sterile needle and syringe should be used for each person getting vaccinated.
Good day everyone, I am Tanshina Jen and today I'm going to explain the tetanus toxoid immunization schedule for women. So when given to a woman of childbearing age, vaccine that contain tetanus toxoid TT or TD not only protect women against tetanus but also protect and prevent neonatal tetanus in their newborn infant. So we have here the vaccine, minimum age interval, percent protected, duration of protection, route and sites. And for the route and site, we have same route hanggang sa 5th shot, which is the intramuscular and deltoid. So first is the TT1. At 20 weeks of AOG as early as possible during pregnancy is meron siyang 0% protection for the mother for the first delivery. And TT2 is at least 4 weeks later, 80% protection. Infants born to the mother will be protected from the neonatal tetanus given 3 years protection for the mother. And then TT3 is at least 6 months later, 95% protection. Infant born to the mother will be protected from neonatal tetanus given 5 years protection for the mother. They have the same minimum age interval and percent protected. So, ang pinagkaiba lang nila is yung sa TT4 naman is meron siyang 10 years protection and then yung TT5 naman is pang lifetime na yung protection niya.